I want to go into a war of words with one last time. Oh, sorry, Hunter. You're not allowed to just shout at the audience just because they insulted you. You understand that, won't you? Even if they throw a brick, you got to understand that they're audience. You got to stand up and take it. And you got to be nice. You got to say, yes, I might have condition a part of the body. How much would you take? How much would you take? Well, if you want to be the person who would want to go to the direction of being a master, one must understand that you must take everything. There's no reaction because one reaction might do something one wouldn't want then. Yes, you wouldn't want to hurt anyone to level of their life might not be now present. So, Vin Diesel's from China? Really? You need to take that with Mr. Vin Diesel yourself, sir. Anyway. What you want? Be a complete asshole, anyway. If that's what you're saying, that's what you're writing about me then. But then how would I be from China? The land of the ethnic would be not too far from it, so I don't know. Something wrong with it. I decided to put a white one on. What was the reason? Well, if you look at the fashion policies, you have to understand that, you know, if you have one, what you're wearing today. I'll calm it one day. Why? Obviously, when you get a funny point in the brain, you can't help but, you know, then ha ha ha. So, but some people have got what we call a style not to do what I would not. So, cameras around, and then you'll be able to, then you'll be able to do it. Because there's only one view. Then that would be the reason. The thrills. No. The season. Yes. Train you? I don't train anyone. Da-da-da-da. Why? Because that move will be the predicted one. You have put it next to the audience. Because then it will be seen to your direction. Won't it? I don't train anyone, sir. I told you I was not in the books to help anyone win, so. Ha 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 ha. Coat weeder. Huh. But then maybe one might get some kind of future where one might have been than the cult one, sir. Yes! Kung Fu. Defeat was but a situation, equal but a situation, shaping you through education. Nice. Grandmaster Chenho. Cool. The what cow? This would have done something. You react, it's a hunter. Why? Why? You shouted. There was a lot of rights of a lot of bad language. So, what would you think then? What would you say? What would your word? Were you worded down? No. It's the other side. Does it appear word might not break the down? What's that, Seuss? Can we find one? Yes. Patient crowns the situation, leans elevation. Grandmaster Yumfei. Nice. Dragonfly kick. Another the same. Alright, alright. Why? Because I was not engaging in talk with anyone that was writing there. I was going through my own brain and seeing what was to take out, sir. You see, then the posture has given you that kind of pose because that photo was seen 20 minutes before. Was it killed? Alright, the confidence. Let's see what you got. Hey. Tony Montana. Tony Montana! Get it right! Yeah, four. You're getting into it personally now. I was gonna. Still slow. Yeah, was gonna. Nice. It's a sound. It's a sound. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah! 21 summer. It's when they use your name. Alright, Wasif. Why? Because they can't use it with respect. They use it mockery. So they say, or they think that the use of the name can then be allowed. No name. No! You're in a situation where you have them shouted. Would you understand that that would be a reaction? I mean, I could just do that shout. Seriously. Wow! Yeah, that's not gonna be lights. Anyway. So what? So what? So what? Whatever makes you feel good. No. I didn't mean to. I was just trying to take out anything that could be a part of a mood there. So, some like to take it out on the that bar's gonna get some kitten tonight. Some of us like to shout. We always know why. Do it. No. Are they? Maybe. Well, that kind of works the rules. I need to control myself then. So, all that time you can't control yourself. I tried. Almost. Did you see one? No. Did you? Yes. What's the word? What's the word? You thought you saw one, sweet pie. Let's go. Nah. And then you can see what's going to hurt the situation. If you have no respect to the name, then walk away. I wanted to know you or who you were. Then, now, or whenever. Why? Because no respect for the name. You can say that you can mock the situation. I won't want to kick you. You know, we won't want to be, we won't want to, you're not the kind of person. So, why? Arting. Show we fight or not then? If there's not a stuck guy for the man, or you're not predicted the other side or the other, then what? Yeah, maybe that's the reason for the reaction. It must be that cause. But you're still alive. Yeah, I've never went to that direction. Anyway, right. The serious points then. Do. The botheration elsewhere. Find out whether that's done something then. Yeah. Oh yes. The correct language will be the one with the word, the end of the sentence. So. Yeah, yes, no, yes, yo, yeah, no, well, anyway, yeah. So what's that? Well, you're not going to queer, we take everything out of what you not got. So, can you move and can you act? Can you go quick? Let's see. Where you can. No. Make a sack. I suppose they could do another direction. Oh no. Well, if the look of cycle was needed, then whatever would be the reason. Maybe that would be what we call a presentation of then the side that you call not the good one. No! Well, that's very sensitive, huh? Yes, sir! Nowhere! There was no intention to do that. We have to be obviously of a situation where we would not, you and Hunter going bad word, so you know how that would look where if you go back to it, look what you've done, you're acted out of control. Let's find the number of insults compared to the reactions. What's the percentage of your reaction? Self-control? Well, it seems to be only 20%, but, or even 5, or even 10. But if there was a percentage of a reaction, then what was the purpose? What was the reason? And how did that take place? No! End situation! We're going back to another day! Go! Yes, sir. I'll review it later, see what I've done. I'll try to improve on it and take myself. No, there's gonna be too many serious points in what we call you when you're trying to be funny, when you're trying to be not, when it's gonna be the other side, when the, you know, following the route, the situation's not being the place. Let's move to the other direction. What would we say? Go! That can also be put towards the bad portfolio picture, the creation that then goes into the direction. Yes, sir. No, sir. I haven't got any bags, sir. I'm not that kind of person. They have to know some kind of that kind of direction, won't they? Otherwise they live in a cuckoo world without any kind of purpose then. It's got to be a day of rest, a day of calm, and there's you trying to move around. Yes, every day will be a day of rest. That will be the excuse, that will be the reason. It's one today. What was the purpose? On the calendar, blame it on the weather, blame it on something, blame it on the... Nah. Yes, still. Really? Well, that's good news. Thank you then. I hope anybody doesn't get insulted or bothered by anything I've said. There's no intention to anything. It's all in the name of fun. Unless it's a situation where then it becomes not. So, one flew over the cuckoo's nest, into the cuckoo's nest, danced with the cuckoo's nest, and the cuckoo had another piece of paper then to tell yourself that you're going to dance with the cuckoo. But you must now talk it out. So it's not in the quark. Anyway, Doc, the situation's going beyond control. Doc, we need to find out where you would not go. Anyway. What was that? I told you I can't feel part. Would you have that kind of character in your situation? You shout like that, call security! And then you're hovering. End of reason. End of reason? Oh, I like them. Anyway. Could do. Why did the Asians not say yes to the St. George's one? It was all those Richard the Lionheart stories, the Crusaders, etc. So that was the purpose. But then, and then the blue one brings about the, you're going into politics, the situation where we I. So, I wait, no. It's alright, I know that. I can't deny the fact that the colour can be seen without using the mirror, but when I walk somewhere, so. Yeah, to be fair, I would understand that. We're going to the direction of what we shouldn't, so. Even if we have to go, yes. Well, we saw it for zero, and then we see what we call maybe not the well we saw with the past. So, whatever the situation, it's politics. You just gotta say who's the one in charge. That's the only need that you need to go with. Why? Because politics will bring about controversy. You say anything, you've got that kind of thought then. So you're not going to do a talking to you situation. No, I need to do that in the mirror anyway, but you're not like that, obviously. Why? Because anything can be taken out and then try to be proven that you would be having that kind of intention. So, now you have to wait for that Wookiee ball to turn up. Would that be the rest that you require? No, they found it on their own. Badge then, out here. So when the ball appeared for you to be now having to go under the rest, then what would one tell? It's time to say, bon voyage. Stay well. You have to care in that situation, whether you should or you shouldn't. You have to show decency and niceness, that you will still have the intention that you mean well. You do, no you don't. What would be, you have to go inside the brain to determine whether the intention would be that you mean well or not. And what would you find? No meaning well whatsoever. Gone. The intention is very easy to find if you have what we call the surgical tools then to enter the mind, enter the whatever you got there. And then when you get the part which says intention, it will tell you, did you have the intention to mean well, or did you have the intention to not mean well? What? Now, in the words of anyone who would not be in the self-control, you would have what we call two words. You cannot say what, because what will be the race, the swap for the word is that will be at all, which are two A words, which are what we call the situation, which then will preside. You cannot be what we call the motor or the movement from the hand to the eye. Then you will have the sensory, but you will not create the situation, which will not be the best. The nerves won't direct to what we call the individual parts, because you are not your 10. And then you would have what we call circles, which they can go around backwards, forward, sideways, and to other angles, which then don't break what we call the situation that when presides, which was, you're not a fight person, you're just a person that just talks a lot. And then when you are talking a what, but then you are not fighting, so then you need to be moving your hand at the same point. And so what we call the situation then presides when, if you have that kind of voice, then why would the foot not move at the same, exactly to the dot? So it's either shout or it's either move. So how would it get it, what we call, at the point of where one would not know? The shout is a bad thing anyway. If we have the situation where that's going to be a it's louder, you'll be, you'll be the weighty. You'll be the Chinese one with the Alsika. You'll be the one, then you would have to put your chest there. So, you know, I went that far. I've gone that far, honestly. You're controversial. You're going to have controversial. It's going to be, I saw it on someone's face once. Controversial Ali. How was that even done? I tell you, that was good. That was good. I like that one. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Why? Because obviously it's given me a reason for myself to have no controversy, will be the intention. But then if you have a controversy, even if you put another person's tissue on, that's controversy. Please understand. Okay, I know. But then you have had controversy, but then you might have some kind of political thought with wearing another t-shirt anyway. Yeah, it's true. Do you? No. To peace! They're neutral. Yes. Did you get it on the dot? When you said peace, did you get it to the point? Yes or no? Why? Because nobody wants. You want peace? Well, obviously you would want the other word or the other meaning to the word peace, but that's being naughty again. So, when you want peace, the chicken can also be the peace. Obviously, you're not keeping the gun. You're not keeping a gun at your side. That can also be a peace. And what else can be a peace? We're not going to talk about the fact that the word would also relate to the word that could be another one. So you have to understand that the control over anything that goes out of the situation that you would call your mouth, the situation will now be the mouth. How would the situation be the mouth? Take steps. I'll give you the idea. When you need to control reaction, you just say control. So when you say control, then your body will not move whatsoever. The movement will then be back to where you were. Better. So, and then what will be the answer then to take out? Please do not use your own person. Use your own noun. So, what's that? If we know you, we're going to use the fact that we know you now. How are you going to know you? And then we go back into the same direction because you did, didn't you? And how have you advanced with the use of not only the name, but also the point of which you would not talk then? Sorry. But it's going to be a block on any kind of take out of any kind of direction to any form of normality. And that's the kind of thing that will prevent someone like anyone else become someone of any kind of thing. Why? Because it's always one that will know you to say, I won't like anything that you do because I need to be the person who's got what we call more of the woke than you would. And then when you go into those situations where that becomes then the reason, what would you do? You just say, c'est la vie. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you can do. Let's see what you can. Let's see how you can Move your foot. Let's see how you can move your hand. Let's see what you can talk. Let's see what you can do. You have to do everything. Let's see whether you can. Let's see whether you can do it from zero, whether you can do it from where you're a pan. Can you? What's that? Well, then in the world competition, just prove what you can do. What's the concern? You can't just become somebody of a tactician who's going to try and bother what I can do and then turn around and say, I've got the what we call the woke. The other one wouldn't. So, what's that? But then you'll be found out. That's what we call the naughty, dirty tact, the snide route. That would be what we call, you will not be your answer. It's what you can do on your own then, sir. What can you do? But it's easy. Just do something on your own side. You're not going to use my name. You're going to have to do it all on your own then. That's the way, yes? Because that will be what we call the review, the examination, where you can do everything from your own point of view. Your snide tact will be found later. That's what you used. You used the snide tact. It might have got you somewhere. You found out that one did do that. Okay, any conversation. We'll see if we can get there. I won't want to know. Why? Because you bothered the brain somewhere. Then when you won't want to, then no one would get anywhere. Would they know?